Good morning or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the next 5KP video, weekly mentoring video. It's Adam speaking, Tuesday, 1st of June 2021, and I'm broadcasting still from Quito. This is my last video that I'm recording from Ecuador, hopefully. In 2 days, I'm going to be flying back to Europe, Madrid. Arriving on the 4th, so next video will be broadcasting from Europe. I'm looking forward to actually for that change. So we'll see how Europe is doing compared to South America with regards to economy and the common healthcare issue. Today we're going to be having a super special program, again divided into 2 parts, and it will be special because I'm going to focus on some really interesting trades, and our portfolio is actually getting very close to the goal that I've set for August 2021, which was doubling the account, and we are very close to it, as you will see in a moment. Before we do that though, before we go there, I want to show you a little disclaimer, which I always do. Remember that this video is for informational, educational purposes only, so all ideas and opinions are mine, okay? And we're trading here on paper, so whenever you decide to go and trade something for yourself, you're doing this on your own. I'm here to educate you. I'm not here to give you any tips. So if you agree with that, okay, let's move on, and I'm going to show you the agenda for today. So first of all, we'll be of course dividing this video for 2 parts. The first part will be for YouTubers. The second part will be for my academy students as well, so academy students get both. You're always welcome to go and join. It's for free. You can join for free and then subscribe for the videos. Just contact me and DM me, and start watching the full version of the videos. Okay, so in the first part we're going to talk about portfolio performance, and as you can see, I did that screenshot yesterday, yes. When the markets were closed. Today we are a bit higher, so we are reaching the 9K. We're like $700 away according to this picture. We're gonna look at the Thinkorswim just in a moment. So very close to reaching our 10K goal, and I'm gonna just show you how the portfolio performs, and also we're gonna look at the basic Greeks and so on, and discuss winners and losers, and then we're gonna go to the Intel trade, which from the last week. I'm just gonna see what's up with it. Should we continue being in Intel? Is this making us our money? Is this losing? And how to handle this trade. And after that part, I'm gonna move to the part for my students, and we're gonna do a market update. We're gonna manage the portfolio. I will review a Viacom CBS trade, which I did I think last week, and then energy sector is really booming right now, so I was looking into some companies to invest in, and I found this VET company. I was interested in it because it's from Canada and it's in oil and gas industry with very low PE ratio. So I'm going to show you how I approach this trade, how I analyze this, and fundamentals and so on. We're going to look into this with a little bit more depth to it, and then we're going to practice a complex orders with first triggers sequential on that. Okay, I hope I can do that. Yesterday it seemed like a good idea. Today when I looked at the price of that, it changed a little bit, so we'll see if we get to that, but I'm going to show you what the idea was with the first trigger sequential, and we're going to look at this company a little bit deeper. So that's the plan. So let's move on, and I'm going to jump straight. I'm going to just pass through market update. I'm not going to be telling you what's going on with S&P and so on. I'm just going to pass through and just jump quickly into our portfolio. So let's move there. So that's the portfolio. You see that we actually at 9.5K, so we like less than $500 towards reaching our goal with net liquidation value of the portfolio. So what was contributing to get us so quickly to this goal? Well, I told you guys, I've been investing in value companies, and mostly gold and silver, a mining sector, and basic materials in general, and then energy. And as you can see, this sector performed really well. While today gold is a little bit down, but it moved up very significantly, as well as silver sitting at 28.1 today. It has been very bullish. compared to the market, really doing well. And market is sitting now at 420, that's just moving sideways a little bit. But this sector has been performing very, very well, and we were very nicely positioned in mining sectors. So this is a mining stock, this is a mining stock, this is uranium, another thing that we discussed, basic materials, energy sector, silver, GAU, another silver, GIS, that's the food. I think this is a loser here, which we're gonna have to maybe manage with the guys. So another silver miner, KGC, gold, you know, that probably another silver or metal, something, I don't even know, uranium, oil, silver, which is our savings, uranium, silver, okay, and the rest, well, not too many, it's just speculation. So this has been a very successful trading thanks to very good performance in those basic material and you know, energy sectors, which I can show you actually if I just quickly jump to Finviz and go to groups. You can see how these sectors are performing. Like 1 day relative performance, energy by basic materials, they're just booming compared to the other sectors. 1 week performance, basic materials, energy. Okay, energy, basic materials, 1 month relative performance, very, very good. Okay, 3 months, basic materials, energy is still there. Okay, how about half a year? Energy, basic materials, energy, 1 year relative performance. So we've been in the sector which is actually booming, commodities are booming, and that was the reason why we got to where we are. So looking at the numbers, I look at the basically Greeks. Delta is still not showing us the true numbers, so you see this is the insurance. We're not really, you know, we're not really bearish on this portfolio. We only hedged partially, not too much. But yes, we have some insurance in the portfolio. This is a beta weighted portfolio, so Delta is beta weighted to SPY. Okay, so if SPY goes 1 point up, okay, this is what's going to happen to all these positions which have a number here. So basically DNN theoretically should go by 5 points up, AXK 2.3 points up, but our insurance goes down by 4.8. So you see that we are basically hedged against the market. So if market starts going down, well, this negative number will turn positive. So if S&P moves by 1 point down, I'll be losing on all these guys which are positive here and gaining on this one. So it kind of hedges partially, right? So that's the delta. The theta tells me you know, how much currency am I making per day with my portfolio. And if you sum up all these little numbers here, some of them are positive, some of them are negative. Negative are on the speculative positions, and positive are on cash flowing positions. Or negative is also here on the short position which I have, which is also speculative, right? So put some puts. You see the number which comes down to 1695. What does this mean? Just to remind everybody, calculator. Okay, what it means for me, it means that if I multiply this number 16, let's be precise, 64 right now, times 30 days in a month, I'm making $500 per month just from cash flow. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Not super great, but it's good enough. And you know, I could up this number to like 20s and so on to have a more positive cash flow. But I'm all right with, you know, just making $16 from this, because I also include some you know, my position. But this portfolio is not only benefiting from theta, it's also benefiting, it's directional, so it's benefiting from delta. Directional means that I'm betting on the market and basically commodities going up, therefore I have higher delta here. If I remove beta weighting, you can see the deltas, individual deltas on each position. You see that they're very positive, and they're actually, I'm very bullish in this portfolio, really, really bullish on these sectors. And that's also the reason why we got to this number. So PL open, so the positions which are currently open in the portfolio are doing very well. So we are 1.5 grand from all the positions in the portfolio that are active. And just today we're $247 up. Year to date, we are 4.8k up, you know, so since the January 1st, really cool on a portfolio which was actually not even 5k the moment we started in January. So we already did our 100% return on investment. So yeah, well, very close to the goal, but we're not finished yet. And this portfolio, I will just ring the bells and of success when I see 10K in here. So not yet. Anything may happen to this market. As you can see, the market's going down. Anything may happen to the commodities. However, I'm very, very bullish on commodities, mostly due to what's happening right now in the economy, all the currency printing, all this insane government policies with pumping digits into the economy. That's just inflationary, and such things just suggest to me that governments will not allow these markets to crash. They will just want to print and buy their way out of a crash with fake digits. So that's just my perspective, and I promised you guys to have a look at Intel. Okay, so what's going on with Intel? Are we losing? Are we making money? Well, we're actually positive on Intel, $12, not too much. We are having this butterfly here, broken wing butterfly, running for another 45 days. Intel didn't do any kind of interesting movement, and I got to it because I saw potential of filling a gap, and also I saw the potential of repeating the same trading pattern as it did before a couple times. So just to bring the memories back, so why I was trading Intel again, let's have a bigger perspective in here. So every time, you've seen earnings report, you've seen Intel dropping significantly, okay, and even the report was really good, so they had good earnings, and then it was going sideways, dividend was paid, and then it boomed a little bit, came back up, maybe didn't fill fully the gap, but it had this nice recovery. Then next time earnings were announced, even though they were good, still Intel dropped significantly and then recovered to fill the gap, okay, even higher. I mean, this was another gap before the announcement on next earnings, so higher. And then again, a nice announcement, good earnings, drop, okay, to the 200-day moving average, and then boom again, okay, another announcement, drop, I would say, to the 200-day moving average. We're sitting here, and what I was expecting was that it's just gonna recover like this, okay, and gonna go towards 65s. So I gave it some time, but it's now still moving sideways, which it can. As you can see, in the past it moved for a while sideways before it boomed again. So maybe not in this case was just quickly going up again, but right now we're moving sideways first. So am I scared? Am I panicking now? I'm not making proper money? No, I'm okay. And today there was a little drop in price, so 26 cents down per share, even though market kind of dropped significantly from 422s to 420s, so 2 points, from the open till now, kind of moving down. I don't mind, I'm still all right with this trade. Do I need to manage in some way? Let's have a look at the profile here and analyze Intel. So where are we sitting? We're sitting right here. We above break-even point, okay? So that's good for us. The time works against us because you see the pink line always wants to reach the blue line at the expiry, which means our profits at the expiry or losses. In this case, we would be losing around $100. Okay, if this expires, if this contract expires, so basically the butterfly which we have here expires on 16th of July, and we're still sitting here, that brings us down to the max losses. However, there is quite nice potential of it going up. So if Intel decides to make a move and gets to 59s, we're starting to make nice money, and we have a theta switch point above 59.9 more or less, where time starts working for us, okay, with this butterfly. And if we end up somewhere here at 62s or something there, we would be making $400 out of this trade, which cost me around $100. So it's 1 to 4 return maximum, of course. I would definitely be closing this trade as soon as I see Intel going really crazy, reaches this point, and then moves on, Then I would be like, what, I reach my goal here, I'll be closing, I'm gonna take my win, which would be, in this case, $150 if it just went there today, yeah? So I'm always observing the pink line here. The pink line in this area, so above the theta switch point, this is always going to be going up, until that area. In this, you can see pink line goes towards the blue line. So my max wins above 65 are capped at $150 more or less, yeah? So interesting trade. Do I want to do something with this today? No, the answer is no. I'm just gonna stay here and wait until Intel makes that move, okay? The technology semiconductor sector has been beaten up a little bit, technology has been beaten up, dragged Intel down. It's a valuable company, it produces semiconductors, and now we have shortages in semiconductors. Now, I didn't do research if Intel does something for automotive industry, or whatever, but what I've heard is that, people are having trouble, companies are having trouble delivering their products because there is shortages in chips, and chip producers can't keep up building those chips. There's high demand, not enough supply, and for example, car makers like Ford, they report they cannot produce as many cars as they would like to because they can't have enough chips. So in the video which I created yesterday for a WMT program, so a weekly mentoring video with big account, I traded a company called ON. Okay, that's a semiconductor producer which has very nice potential of gains, and I can show you actually a nice article here on Seeking Alpha. I think it was here. The reason why I chose ON was not this article. I found it a little bit later. I was just analyzing performance of cheap semiconductor producers, and ON popped up in my screener, and I see this nice article on Seeking Alpha later on as I was doing the research. They say that it has 70% of upside potential. Why? Because let's say there were global chip shortage. Yeah, there is a global chip shortage, especially in automotive and industrial markets. So very, very interesting article. I really welcome you to read this. It's on Seeking Alpha. Just search for ON semiconductor 70% on Google, and it should pop up in your search. And what they're talking about, they are talking about some specific companies somewhere down. If I scroll down, maybe I lost it. Reporting, maybe it's not in this article. I think I found another article which presented some specific companies which were reporting these shortages. So yeah, I'm feeling quite bullish in a semiconductor sector in general. I think demand will just be going up. If we have shortages, people, there is not enough supply and people demand it. So of course, that may raise prices, or basically the companies can have a very bullish posture very, very soon. So yeah, I'm gonna stay in Intel and see what's gonna happen in the upcoming days. I have 45 days in it. Time is not ticking that fast for me, basically against me. If I bring my cursor here, I can look at the theta. It says 43 cents per day. That's fine, that's not killing me, especially if I'm looking at my portfolio and I see that overall I have $17. So if 43 cents out of this, it's all right, this cost of Intel, I can keep it there. It's making me money still, $15, maybe not that crazy, but it's all right. So why get out of this trade? No reason, I'm just gonna stay in there. So that's the plan. So now I'm gonna move on for this section for my students. I hope you guys found this interesting. And with my students, I'm going to discuss a little bit the current market situation. So I'll move there right now.